Hello, guys. So this will be the weekly Forex market preview. We start looking at the high impact news for this week here. On Monday, we only have 80 monetary policy minutes. This will be on Monday. I won't trade this time, so I'm not worried about it. However, I don't trade also during London session and New York session. On Tuesday as well, this one we're trading it, so I don't really care about it. Wednesday, what we have here? We have FOMC minutes. This will be PM session. So, however, this will affect my trade, the crude oil interest. I do trade crude oil a lot. So this will be good for me. And on Thursday we have CPI and unemployment claims as well. And then on Friday we have Canadian dollar employment change and PPI. We'll be trading PPI here. So which means we'll see which means things to pay attention to this week. So it's gonna be CPI, crude oil inventories, and yeah, I think that will be the key for me for this week here. So let's look at DXY. In this case, we have a lot of drawings. Let's remove everything. Remove drawings. Start on clean. We're gonna start with clean chart here. So what I see in this case, that this is gonna be DXY on a weekly chart here. I'm going to look at the most obvious things here. The most obvious things, we have this range low up to high, obviously trading below at discount, right? So at the discount, what do we see discounting? In this case, we had this low here, which was taken up, sell side liquidity. The downside was check it out here. And then with a huge displacement week, last week was a very high momentum candle week here. However, here's something that is key for me. With this low, this high, and lower low over there, which makes this here a market structure shift on a weekly chart, indicating now that DXY is actually bullish. So why do we have my next area in this case, or level that we'll be aiming for? We have this fair value gap over here. So which means, and there's something else here as well here. We had this, this was a CB, 70% efficiency fair value gap, and we closed above it. That is key. We close above it, so we're most likely going to use this one as an inversion fair value gap this week before it pushes to the upside to this high, or in this case we have better things here that will be for long term. But for now, my objective on GXY or the dollar index is going to be this fair value gap here, this CB here, or it will be my draw on liquidity. So it's a CB, 70% efficiency. This weekly CB here will be my draw on liquidity. So I am bullish on the dollar this week. Expecting price to push to this level. So this is going to be in a weekly chart. Let's go to the chart and see what we have in this case. Oh, look at this market shift. We have this in this case up here to the upside. What else do we have? We have this highest up close candle. This is going to be this one, right? This mark this high up close candle right here. This will be our breaker block here. This will be a breaker, bullish breaker. What else do we have in this breaker? Not a very clean chart, by the way, here. So I would like to see in this case, let's go back. High time weekly chart here. On a weekly chart, I'm gonna focus on this, and on a weekly chart, this will be our breaker. This up close candle will be our breaker. This series of close candle will be our weekly order block as well. So which means we have a weekly key level here. So I would like to see price pushing back down into this level right here, and then before it check off at least to this weekly fair value gap up there. So this is what I see here on a weekly chart. What else do I see on the daily chart here? Yeah, the same thing in this case with market shift break strike here. Looking for price turn back up into this weekly breaker. We'll be looking for long entries to the upside way to this weekly fair value gap over here, because we also have some sort of what order block as well here. So this will be key. It's a key level, and this here we'll be looking to go along within this key level here. So this will be DXY, aka the dollar index. So I'm not gonna go down to lower time frames because we won't trade tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the first Monday after NFP office. Normally, I don't check any position. I simply trade. Let's look at the euro. Man, there's a lot going on here. Look at this. There's a lot going on because I'm always busy on euro. I'm gonna go different server, guys. Gonna be USD. Let's go with FXCM. Let's remove everything. Clean our power charts. There was a weekly chart like we did on the DXY. In this case, I'm gonna focus on. I don't want to look at that whole picture. I want to focus on this, what's been happening here, because that's where the money is, right? We have this high down to this low, price turn back up inward into premium. We've taken up this high here off it. This is key for me here because buy side liquidity is taken out here. We have liquidity sweep over here, and this high, this low, and eventually we have this high taking out this high here, and smart money pairing the short orders with the buy stocks above this high. Then we displaced last week. We had a huge downward move here last week, of which broke. In this case, we were high, low, high, high, down to low, low, meaning this here, it happens to be our weekly market structure shift, right? If this is gonna be our weekly market structure shift, it makes this down close candle here what a bearish breaker here. This down close candle here, it's gonna be our bearish breaker, meaning this up close candle with this. I'm gonna use this one order block here with a breaker of an order block as well. So there's a possibility that we might see price turning back down into my bad wrong shoulder. That see price pushing back up here to this breaker order block as well. Then you can push to the downside. And here's something interesting here on euro. Looking here to the downside, we have no fair value gap. We only had this here. This was a BC. We checked into it, but eventually last week we closed below it, meaning there's a very good chance that you can use this one as an inversion fair value gap. However, I'll be keeping an eye on it as well as this breaker and order block here. So looking for lower prices. And from here on, my next round liquidity is okay. We do have this fair value gap. However, I think we remember this very well here. My eyes simply go straight to this area of efficiency here. Official happens to be what it's a volume imbalance. So this is what I'll be aiming for, looking for this week, looking at euro. There's only for me to look at what's happening on the left here. I don't really care. I'm not reviewing price action. I'm actually doing some analysis for this upcoming week. So I'm very sure this is going to be weekly chart. Let's go down to daily chart. Our daily chart with this high here, perfect price liquid was taken out here. Smart money parent that short orders with the price stops up on the side, then it displays to the downside. In this case, market structure shift here, and then looking at this huge displacement candle, we have a low, high, low, high. We mix this down close candle. Let's just put it this way on the daily chart. Or let me just do this here. This is gonna be the weekly break. However, we also have a breaker block on the daily chart here. This down close candle here, it's gonna be our breaker here within this breaker move. So what I'm gonna do in this case, I will focus on this premium discount, right? In this case, watch area or which level, key level, that is in this case premium. We have this fair value gap here, aka CB, certain balance by side efficiency here on our daily chart, right? So where is it? It is a premium. So I will be looking for to see if the price will trend back up into this fair value gap here before it can push lower or lower to this volume balance here. That's what I'll be aiming for or looking for long term. So does this mean that I'll be looking for a trade to decide here, targeting this low? No. For me, guys, I'm a day trader. Most of my trades, like I'm in and out like that. So I'll be looking for scalps to go. This is just for overall direction of this week. So this is gonna be my idea here. Looking at this thing here, Euro USD. I'm gonna just screenshot this here. Looking at USD for this week. Let's look at GBP. GBP, we had some nasty price again. Pound was bullish for so long. For so long, okay. In this case, let's look at this thing. We have this range high down to slow on a weekly chart. Price push back up into what obvious we traded premium. If you want to see this, let me just look at that. I'm going to use this with discount and the premium. We're obviously trading at premium. And that is something else to keep in mind is that we had this key level here, of which price broke above it. In this case, buy side liquidity. It's been taken out here, right? So what else are we looking for in this case? Unlike euro and the DXY, which means here on pound, we didn't check out this low yet. We still have this low intact here. However, something that is key for me in this case, we have this high low, high. In this case, we have a high low here, right? However, we have this piece here, by certain balances of inefficiency, of which price already closed below it, indicating that this may be what used in as what maybe used as an invasion fair value gap, IFBG. So which means from here on should be looking for price turn back up into this invasion fair value gap before it pushes lower. So here's something here on GBP still, right? We had this error efficiency also. And again, for me, in this case, I'll be keeping an eye. This one has been mitigated here, so I'll be keeping an eye on this one here, on this fair value gap here. I'm going to use this as my drawn liquidity, this fair value gap. So why this fair value gap is specific in this case? Because we also have an order block here and fair value gap. So where this two means, that's why for me, that tends to be a high probability level. In this case, key level. So I'll be aiming for, honestly, price pushing back down into this level. So let's go down to 4 hour. No, let's stick to daily. And on a daily chart here, actually we do have something in a daily chart, but we're just gonna be weekly inversion favorite gap. We have this high here, we have this low here, significant low here. So which means the price to space with downside, and then in this case we have this inversion favorite gap here. So where is it? I think it's at discount in this case. Yeah, it is at discount. So the most important thing, what I would do in this case, look, we'll price the turn back high here to this premium favorite gap here. I don't know. I don't think so. So, which means I'll be careful how I approach this thing here. I'm gonna stick this. All my decision that I do on GBPUSD will be based on what I see here on a weekly chart compared to daily chart. So when I say price push it back here, that is inversion favorite gap, then seeking lower price virtue to this favorite gap here. And why is favorite gap here? Because we also have an order block over here. So this will be my case here on GBPUSD. I want. So now let's go to gold. Gold guys, I've literally been taking some crazy trades on gold as well lately. And I recently added it to, let me just check here my own rate on gold. Symbol. I'll check with my own rate on gold. Yes, I have 4 trades on gold, of which 75% win rate on gold, so it looks good. And one thing I find it crazy here looking at my stats. Look at this. Look at the Dow has a 88.9% win rate and Nasdaq 80%. S&P 500 is a bit lower, plus 57%. And UJ, I only taken one trade on GPY, and I don't like GBPUSD because I've taken 3 trades on GBPUSD, of which all were losses. And USD 10 trades, 6.7% win rate. I don't really like that. So I'm gonna focus mostly on Nasdaq and the Dow as well. Where's Aussie? Where's Aussie? Where is Aussie? Right here. Aussie 8 trades, 100% win rate on AUD. Really, really good. So these are the pairs that we're focusing on mostly. Okay, let's look at gold here. We start on the weekly chart. Gold has been heavily bullish for some time now. Right, we've been heavily bullish for some time. So if, and again, I'm gonna say this. Normally, if maybe it's gonna be day trade, I have no interest in going short on gold. Okay. If I'm taking day trades, I have no interest in gold. Oh, let me just go to a different server here. So I will have to turn up my chance over and over again. The reason I'm coming to this remote listening here. For a weekly chart, I'm bullish, nothing here. And here's something interesting here. However, we are bullish on the dollar, right? But I'm still expecting for some sort of bullishness on gold here. In this case, to my trend liquidity is going to be this all-time high here. It's going to be 26.86. I have no interest in calling short gold again. However, something I don't like here, that last week was in an inside week, right? Price and move sideways like this. I don't like that, because once this happens here for me, I believe there's a lot of liquidity below here and above there as well. So looking at the daily chart, this is going to be that weekly low, and the last week was simply an inside week. Obviously, the price was simply moving sideways here. And again, something I don't like about Friday, it took up these highs and lows and closed within this range. So this year on call for Monday, it actually gave me no bias. So what I'm going to do here in gold this upcoming week, I have no weekly bias, even though I'm more interested in going long than short, right? And again, looking at the daily chart here, that this way, it doesn't necessarily give me any bias. However, because there are so many things that I use for bias, right? In this case, we have this is what you can use for your bias here. In this case, we have this 5-minute gap here, and when this tends to the left, look at this candle here, we trade it through, and then the price push it upside and come back down into this level. We've taken this lows were checking out here, this high as we checking out here. However, which means now we have this relative equal high here with this high and with this high here as well. So which means signaling that okay, we should be leaning towards the bullishness or to the upside, right? So which means let's go to 4-hour chart here. Let's see what we have on the 4-hour chart. We obviously have this range from this up to the high, bro. I want to focus on what's happening here within this range. What do we see here? What's happening? We have this range low up to a high, price push back to this level. And the gold, I love how gold always do this, guys. There's something interesting about gold. Look at this. We have this range, right? From this low up to that high. Price push back down to this level high to the downside here. And then with this low was taken out here. This low was taken out here. Sasa liquidity was taken out here. Then a rally to the upside, right? In this case, what we have here, we buy side liquidity resting above this side. So I'm looking for longs in this case. So what else we have in this case? Total liquidity. Then we can switch. I want to go down to lower time frame. I'm so tempted to go down to lower time frame here, but quickly let me do something. Let's look at silver here. Oh yes, it is there. Yeah. Looking at this, which means we have SMT here, which means, and then let's take it this way, a step in. Let's do something amazing here. We have this on the power chart, right? We have this family gap here. The body tells the story and we do the damage. Remember that? So which means this was a BC percent plus an efficiency we tagged into it. Check on liquidity here. In this case, we also have SMT with what we have SMT with silver. So which means from a 4-hour chart time frame alignment, you can move down to what? To a 15 minutes chart. Again, where is that SMT candle? It's gonna be this down close candle here, which means so we're gonna this will be what a break above this high is our change in state of delivery or high probability order block. We didn't check into it anyway. So yeah, this I would like to see price taking back down, checking this order block here before it can push to the upside. So which means if it takes this order block here, we have this low liquidity resting below these two lows, check into the order block, then to the upside. I don't want to use the wick anyway. If you use the wicks as well, yeah, you can say okay, maybe. But personally, I don't use wicks in this case. I'm looking only at the body here. Honestly, price taking it down to this level, then it can push to the upside. So that should be my idea here on gold. I am bullish this afternoon. However, you should be careful with trading gold because last week was simply it was moving sideways, and I believe there's a possibility of it doing the same thing with which if it moves sideways a lot, it means what? A lot of seek and destroy profile. Look at this low checking out, high checking out. What's next? Possibly low again. Yeah, so you have to be careful with that on gold, guys. So something else I cool. Let's go to crude oil. I love crude oil lately, guys. I love crude oil lately. Oh, sorry. Since we talk about gold and silver, because still have about 15 minutes left there. Let's look at silver. Silver. Do I have trades on silver? No, I don't have a trade on silver. So I only use it for. In this case, silver, we have this guy, silver, we didn't read, this is not an all-time high on silver here. Let's go a bit higher time frame on the monthly chart. Yes, this one is the all-time high on silver. So which means silver is simply lagging behind. So bullish month here, and weekly chart as well. We had a bullish week. However, here's something I don't like here on silver. I'm more leaning towards the buy side to the upside, right? However, last week's candle here, it pushed above this high, but failed to close above it. And that is always key for me. It failed to close above it, indicating there's a very good chance that we might see a bearish week. So if we look at this thing this way, what we see on silver, in this case, we have this is going to be the latest low here, which means we have this range from this low up to that higher, right? So which means in this case, we have taken out extra range liquidity. There's a very good chance of price returning back into internal range liquidity. So where is the internal range liquidity? It's going to be this fair value gap over here. So are we going to go to, and one thing I don't do, I don't trade from external to internal. I always want to trade from internal to external liquidity. So even if I see this, maybe can price return back down to this level, it's possible. However, this to me it won't be significant or doesn't give me anything I can use for entries on silver. So which means I'll only be using silver this week when I'm looking for SMT. This could be time frame here. I'll only pay attention to the silver this week when I look only trading on a trade like some sort of SMT like that. That's the only chance that I will be paying attention on silver this week. Also have this level here 35.39, so which means maybe key level over there. We'll see if price will get then. Still a long way to that level, but yeah. Looking at this, let's go to daily chart here. Yeah, on a daily chart, just like I said on the weekly chart, we've taken out with this highs, even the Friday too at this high, but failed to close above, which indicating that okay, maybe we might see a bearish Monday as well here. So can it push lower to this weekly favorite gap? It's possible, but I don't want to spend much time here on silver because I won't be trading it at all. Let's look at crude oil, aka US oil. Depending on the one you're using, it might be XTIUSD. I'm not sure. Good trades that I get here. So lately, let's look at the weekly chart here. First weekly chart, we are bullish weird. This thing is it's exactly okay, guys. Do you see something here? This chart is crude oil, right? It's exactly the same chart as the dollar index. Not exactly the same, but yeah, look at this. It's the same thing. We have this low upward high, this low high down to displacement. We have this side liquidity here. So it's almost the same thing here, guys. It's almost the same thing. So okay, let's approach it the same way. We have this low here, which was taken out, right? Sell side liquidity grabbed in this case down here, and then we're looking with the space to the upside. However, here's something that is key for me here. Let's remove all of this. Let's remove all of the nested things there. I'm gonna just do this here. In this case, something that is key for me in this case, we had this CB here, certain balance by side efficiency, of which last week actually we traded through it and closed above it. That is key. We closed above it, which means indicating that we are bullish in this case. So this thing is exactly the same as DXY rule 7. Okay, which means we close above it, which means next week we can expect price to return back here and use this as an inversion fair value gap, then it pushes to the upside. So if we push higher way through in this levels here, we don't have any area of inefficiency here up until this one of which was tagged in here. So there's a possibility. However, something else to keep in mind. Look at with the low, high, lower low here. This up close candle here. As simply what order blocks, we also have to keep an eye on this level. So actually, however, all in all, which means I'll be bullish on crude oil this week and expecting high prices. But first, I need to see price taking into this weekly inversion fair value gap. On the daily chart here, we have a failure swing here. So that's taken out here, push to the highs, low, higher, high over there. Look at this thing here. We have this high, low, higher, high, lower, low, then boom to the upside, higher, high, which means we have sensor liquidity was scrap here, internal. In this case, right, we have this, look at this equals there, check into a downside here, which displays higher, making this up close candle here what a bullish breaker. This down close candle here is obviously what order block. So let's stick to the order block here. This will be a bullish order block on a daily chart, daily OB. So we simply anticipate maybe price turn back up into this order block and then it pushes to the upside. So I'm expecting a bullish week as well. However, I want to see price turning down toward into this weekly inversion fair value gap as well as this order block. Yes, we do have a fair value gap here. However, my key level will be this order block over here. So guys, I don't want to share so many charts today. This is all that I want to share with you, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Yes, I recorded this video, so we will get it shortly. But for now, peace out guys. See you on the next one. And this was the Forex market preview. Okay.